What chess resources, books, applications, or websites you find the most helpful for improving your game?
I found ChessAble to be the most important resource that I used, especially during the pandemic, because it has like a whole library of chess books, and like the way they use spaced repetition is very good for helping like with opening memorization. And yeah, they also have like tactic books, which I used. I also liked Chess Tempo, which is a site with a lot of tactics, and it's slightly different from like chess.com and Lichess in that the tactics are like more, I think, based on games that actually happened, and they're very they require like a lot of calculation, so I find that also very useful for calculation.
I think ChessBase is the most helpful thing in the world, and of course Stockfish, open source, and Cloud One. Other than that, Lichess, chess.com, such websites to practice, they're awesome resources for me.
Right now, I think the main thing that people are using are the cloud engines. So it's, you turn on the engine, you look up recent games, and you see what the opening trends are. That seems to be the big shift in chess. And for other things, I have been looking through Agard's books recently again. He has this series of Grandmaster preparation. I have gone through some of them, not all of them. So before this tournament, I started reading, I think, Attack and Defense. And he has another recent book called Endgame Labyrinth, which is studies, which is something I really love doing. That's another thing I've been working on.
I enjoy playing on Lichess for Blitz, and then using Chessable, and I enjoy like Dvoretsky's books.
Well, ChessBase is kind of a must, if you want to work on openings. One thing I've been doing recently that I really enjoy is like I'll look at games from top tournaments and I kind of hide the lines, only seeing the evaluation. And when I see there's some sort of interesting moments, like one move gives an advantage or one move wins, and I start thinking about it, right? And you really get into it in a deeper way. It's like much more than if you're just like clicking through the game. Like when you stop and think and you try to figure out these moves on your own, I mean, it's so interesting, and you try to hit that eval that you're going for, whether it's +2 or +0.5, right? And also you're learning even if you're getting the moves wrong, right? But anyway, I think it's pretty cool, a training exercise like that. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's figured that out, that it's like a cool way to train, but it's different than what I was doing when I was younger. Yeah, because when I was younger, it's like mainly, you're doing tactics and books, looking at games in books, right? But like now you have this option of kind of using the engine to help your calculation training. And also it's not only calculation, it's also just like, I think it develops your creativity, as well, because you're seeing all these different positions and you're like forcing yourself to get into them if you want to find that right move. So I found some really cool things recently doing that I've gotten a lot of enjoyment from.
Mostly chess.com and Lichess. And I also read a lot of chess books too. I like Agard's series, like Grandmaster Preparation series. I think I found it pretty helpful.
Ever since I was a kid, I just like doing tactics on chess.com. So I've been doing that for like my entire life, basically, just because, it's the easiest and also it's the most fun for me. So I like doing that a lot.
Okay. So I'm not from, young generation. Where they are, using all the new applications and so on. So I usually use like chess engines and just my ChessBase, program, and like databases, mega database, and so on. And then I get help from Hikaru sometimes, so his preparation and so on. But sometimes I read chess books as well. So I usually use, I think, tactics online. But other than that, I use the software and books.
Wow, like everyone, I'm using ChessBase and chess resource. Okay, my husband Daniel Friedman's pretty good at chess resource, and I saw some tactics on chess.com, on Lichess, and Chessable. Yeah.
It's a good question. I've always found Lichess and chess.com very helpful with their puzzles. As far as books go, I really like Haggard's books and Gelfand's books. And recently I've been studying Sam Shankland's Endgames books.
Do my coaches count? I use Chessable a lot. I try to improve my files on ChessBase. And I guess just like working regularly on tactics on chess.com or other apps.
I would say what I think is most helpful is just chess books, and then also just like purely doing your own work. Yeah, I don't think like resources are so necessary. I mean, you can just have ChessBase and Engine, and you can do like pretty much, a lot of things with that. Yeah, but in terms of more ground resources, I would say books for, like puzzles, positional stuff. Those are always quite good. And also Chessable, I think, has been, really on the ups the last few years. They also have some solid stuff.